Hi, welcome to Zoho Books, an online accounting application that takes care of your accounting needs of your business. In Zoho Books, you can record, audit, and analyze all financial transactions easily. With secure data storage, easy navigation, and customizable features, Zoho Books provides a head start in accounting for your business. Let's create a new organization. Already have a Zoho account? You can sign into Zoho Books by clicking the Access Zoho Books option here, or if you are a new user, click on Start My Free Trial. This sign-up form need to be filled with your company name, your name, email address, contact number, password for your account, and select your country from the drop-down. As soon as you sign up for Zoho Books, you will be directed to a quick setup page. This is to instantly set up your account so you can start accounting for your business as quickly as possible. Here, you can select the organization details, enter a portal name. A client portal is a unique feature that lets you create a separate portal for your company where your customers can log in, view their estimates, and also pay for the invoices you send to them. Enter your company's address. Here, you can select from the various modules for your business, such as estimates, price list, sales orders, purchase orders, retainer invoices. In this section, you can enter the tax information. You can configure the online payment gateway to receive online payment for your invoices. Click on the Setup Now button, enter the credentials and save it. Layout Overview. You can access all the key features from the left navigation panel. The dashboard provides an overview of the financial health of your business, like your receivables, payables, cash flow, income and expenses, etc. This section will help you to add and manage your business contacts. You can create both customers and vendors in this section and manage transactions for them. Products and services that you sell, render, or purchase can be created and viewed under this item section. You can also manage your inventory in Zoho Books and get automatic notification when your stock levels fall. This banking section comes in handy when you need to connect your bank or credit card account with Zoho Books and fetch automatic feeds, nothing but your withdrawal and deposit transactions. You can also manually add transactions and set up rules to categorize the entries. Reconciling your bank account is really simple. The Sales tab consists of modules related to your account receivables, such as estimates, retainer invoices to receive advance payments, sales orders, invoices. Payments Received tab holds a payment receipt of the invoices which got paid, recurring invoices, and credit notes. The Purchases tab consists of modules related to your account payables, such as expenses, and those expenses can be recorded, and purchase orders, bills, which are nothing but the supplier invoices, payments made, which will hold the receipt for the payments which you made to your vendors, recurring bills, and vendor credits. Accountant tab is where you can add and manage your chart of accounts. You can lock your transactions using this transaction locking option. You can adjust base currency, and you can also post manual journals. Timesheet section in Zoho Books will help you to create and manage projects involving different tasks and users. You can track project hours and raise an invoice directly from a timesheet. The report section holds close to 40 plus reports spanning every aspect of your business transactions, breaking down the data into concise information. Click the gear icon in the top right corner to configure your business profile, your list of users, tax information, template customizations, integration settings, your account subscription, and more setting houses a variety of options that lets you customize each and every section of your organization in Zoho Books. The search option provided here will help you to find any data within Zoho Books quickly. You can also use our advanced search option to search with a specific criteria. This quick create icon on the top pane will help you create anything from a customer to an invoice to an expense instantly. You can access our help documents and frequently asked questions under this question mark icon. Click on Help and Support and click on User Guide for help document. If you wish to contact us, click on Contact Support, type in your question and send it across to us. Now, let us first add the list of accounts you'll be using for your business. The chart of accounts is a list of all accounts used in a general ledger of an organization. The chart is used by the accounting software to aggregate information into an entity's financial statements. To begin, let's click on this Accountant tab and you will have chart of account list and we have predefined accounts. To create a new account, click on this plus new account button and you can enter the account name, account code and the type. And if you have any description, just type them here and simply save them. If you have a bunch of accounts and if you want to import them, click on this gear icon and click on Import Chart of Accounts. Please download and refer the sample file and align your data accordingly and import the file. Now, since your chart of accounts are set, let's go ahead and set up the opening balance. Go to the settings and more settings and click on opening balances. The opening balance is the amount of funds in a company's account at the beginning of a new accounting period. If you are migrating from an accounting software, enter that closing balance here to set up the opening balance in Zoho Books. Choose the opening balance date. You will find the list of accounts which you have added in addition to the predefined accounts. If you wish to add a new account from this page, scroll down towards the bottom and you will have an option called plus new account. Click on that and add a new account. Once all your chart of accounts are set, you can enter the debits and credits corresponding to each and every account and you can set up the opening balance. Please note that if your debits and credits does not match, the opening balance will be adjusted and the adjustment will be posted into opening balance adjustment account. Click Continue. If you wish to edit or modify the opening balance, you can simply click on this edit button and change or modify the debits and credits across accounts and save it again. Now, let us add the company or your organization logo. So, under settings, I have organization profile, which holds the basic details of my company. I'm going to click on upload your logo. This logo will be displayed in all your transactions like invoices, estimates, etc. Please stick with the preferred image size for proper logo alignment. You can customize your templates in this template section. You can click on this plus new template and we have 10 predefined templates and you can choose any one of them and you can customize them based on your requirement. Today, I'm going to take you through Zoho Books with a typical business scenario. Let's imagine you buy products from a vendor, mark up the product value, and sell the product to your customer. This workflow might seem straight, but imagine other factors like expenses incurred during the product shipping, finding the cheapest vendor. So you will basically create a purchase order and send it across to various vendors and deal with the one which best suits your requirement. So now let's see how Zoho Books helped me through this workflow. Now let us add your customers and vendors. So I'm going to go to the contact section. I can either click on this plus button or this plus new button to create a new contact. I can also click on this 3-line button and click on import customers or import vendors respectively to import bulk data into Zoho Books. So I'm going to click on this plus new contact. I can fill in the details like the customer name, contact display name, email address, and I can choose the contact type, whether he's a customer or a vendor. And I can fill other details like the customer's currency in which I would like to send an invoice or create a bill, and the address and custom fields. So let's first go ahead and set up the custom fields under preferences. I'm going to go to settings and go to more settings. And under preferences, I'm going to click on contacts and custom fields. So this section will help you to customize and add your custom fields for contacts. I can click on this plus new custom field to add a new one. I can choose the data type. Similarly, I'm going to add one from a vendor. Now, when I go back and create my new contact, when I click on this custom field section, I will have those two fields and I can fill in the details respectively. So now I'm going to start by adding the primary contact name. This is a customer and I can choose the customer's currency here, and I can choose the payment terms, and I can click on configure payment to add a new one and to mark one as default. I can check this box to allow this client to access client portal. As you know, client portal is a unique feature that lets you to create a portal for your company whereby your customers can log in and view the invoices and estimates which you send to them instead of going through the emails. And you can also choose the portal language here, and you can enter the customer's address. Now I'm going to fill in the customer ID section and notes for my internal use. Similarly, I'm going to add a new vendor. So when you go to the contact section, initially you will find the list view of your customers and vendors. When you click on a specific vendor or a contact, you will find more details on the right pane. So you can add contact persons for that vendor or a customer, and you will find the list of transactions you created. You will have options to filter them and recent activities corresponding to this particular customer. Again, when you click on new transaction, you will be allowed to create a new transaction for this particular vendor here. And you can click on more to find various other options, like you can associate one specific template you specially customize for this vendor, so that when you create a bill or a purchase order for this vendor, that particular template will be automatically taken into consideration. You can email this contact right away, you can generate vendor statement, you can clone or link this vendor to a customer, and you can merge contacts, mark as inactive, or delete the vendor. Similarly, for a customer, you will have similar options to add contact persons, the transactions which you created for him, and recent activities under these tabs, respectively. And you will find options to create a new transaction for this customer right away using this new transaction button. And when you click on more, again, you will have associate templates, stop all reminders for this contact, email the contact, generate customer statement, configure client portal, and various other options. Now, let us add your products and services. As you know, the products and services you sell, render, or purchase can be created, viewed, and managed under this item section. Let me show you how to create a service list first. I'm going to click on this plus new item, and since it is a service, you don't need any purchase information, so uncheck the box. Enter the name of the service, enter the rate, choose the account in which you would like to keep track of the income you receive from this item. If you have tax, you can associate the tax here, and you can enter the description. You can simply save it. Now my service is added. Similarly, I can add a new one. If I have a list of services and I need to import them, click on this gear icon with the drop down option, click on import items, and download the sample file and refer the sample file and import the data into Zoho Books. In a similar fashion, let me show you how to add the products. Click on this plus new item and enter the product name. Again, choose the account in which you would like to keep track of the income you receive from this item. Choose the tax and description. Now, enter the purchase information. Choose the account to track your purchases with regards to this particular item. And hit save. This is how you can add your product and services into Zoho Books. If you wish to keep track of inventory, first you have to enable the inventory option in Zoho Books. Go to Settings, go to More Settings, and under Item Preferences, check the box saying that I would like to track inventory. And check this box if you would like to be notified when the quantity of an item drops below a certain level. Now, go back and create your products. Please note that the description you enter in the sales information will be displayed in the invoices, and the description you enter in purchase information will be displayed in bills and purchase orders. Check this box to track inventory for this item, and you can choose the account, and you can enter the opening stock and opening stock rate if you have one, and the reorder point, and you can choose a preferred vendor. When this product drops below this level, an email will be triggered from Zoho Books to your mailbox stating that this product is going to drop below this quantity and this is your preferred vendor. So you can contact that vendor and you can procure the products. Now, since I've added the stock in hand as 10, I have this particular product showing as stock in hand as 10. We have a dedicated inventory report which will give you a clear picture of how the product came in and how the product is being sold. Go to reports and you will have something called as inventory. Inventory summary will give you the product name and then the quantity in, quantity out, and what is the quantity available. Inventory valuation summary will give you the inventory asset value, and FIFO cost log tracking will tell you how this product came in. For example, you entered the stock in hand while creating the item, then it will show as opening balance with the quantity. And when you sell the product out through an invoice, you will have the invoice details and how the product is being sold. Now, now by my workflow, let's create a purchase order and send it across to my vendors. So I'm going to the Purchases tab and I'm going to click on this plus button corresponding to purchase orders. Before that, when you click on the Purchase Order tab, you will have the list of purchase orders which you have created. You can click on this plus new button and you can choose the vendor from the drop down, or if you want to add a new one, click on this plus new vendor button right away and you will have a drop down to fill in the details to create a new vendor. And this purchase order number can be customized by you. You can either say auto generate, manually add them each time. You can also choose the prefix and then the next number in this respective columns. You can enter the reference number for your internal reference. And if you have any shipment preference, just type them here once and moving forward, Zoho Books will remember them and it will show them in the drop down. And you can specify whether the items are inclusive or exclusive of tax. And you can choose the product. I'm going to say I'm going to buy 100 products. And this terms and conditions can be customized under settings so that you don't have to type them every time. And if you wish to modify or add them, you can add them right here. And you can check the box to use this for future transactions as well. Select the deliver to address, whether to your organization directly, or if you're a person who would like this product to be sent directly to the customer on behalf of you, you can select the customer's address here. Notes again for your internal use, and you can choose the template based on your requirement. In this case, this is a predefined template and I have options to add as many templates as I want. I'm going to save it. Now my purchase order is ready and I have a preview of the purchase order on the right side. And I can edit the purchase order, or I can download them in PDF format, or I can print them. I can email it to my vendor, or I can convert to open, and I have various other options under more. So to send an email, click on this email button and I will have a page where you will find your purchase order is attached as a PDF format. Content of this template can be customized under settings. Since I have not added the vendor's email address, this field is empty, and if I have added one, I will have one. I can click on this plus new add contact person button right away and enter the email address to add a new contact person. And I can click send. Now my purchase order is sent across to my vendor. I can convert this purchase order to a bill directly, or I can click on this plus new button to create a new bill, which is similar to creating a purchase order. When you click on this plus new button, you will find a similar creation form where you can choose the vendor name, the bill number, the order number, and all other details. But Zoho Books saves you time by providing you options such as convert to bill, which will automatically pull up all the data from that purchase order and fill in the data for you. All you have to do is type in the bill number, and all you have to do is scroll down and save it. And if you have any reference file to be attached, you can attach them right here and save it. Now I have the bill right in front of me. Again, I can edit this bill. I can download them in PDF, print them. Under more, I have various options like I can void or attach a specific file, clone, or make this bill recurring so that I don't have to manually create the same bill again and again. I can view the purchase order associated to the bill. I can create vendor credits or delete this bill. Now, since I made a payment for this bill and bought the products in, I'm going to click on record payment. I can fill in this payments made column, and then the date and payment mode. I can also add a new one. I can click on configure payment mode and I can mark one as default, and I can choose the paid through as well. Enter the reference number and notes for internal use and save it. Now I bought the product. On the top you will have more details. You can also add a comment towards this bill. When you scroll down, you will have the payments details, which will be stored under payments made section. So I have a payment receipt for the payment which I made, which will be stored under the payments made section. This can be edited or downloaded, or you can print it, or you can delete it as well. Now, since I bought the product, let's see how my inventory report is reflecting that. When I go to reports, inventory report, FIFO cost log tracking will tell you I bought 100 product through a bill 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and received from a vendor, and I have total quantity of 100. I have a total quantity available as 110, which I can find them in the inventory summary report. Let's say I spent some money on the process of shipping. So I'm going to record the expense which I incurred. I'm going to click on this expenses tab, and I can click on this plus new button to create a new expense. I can choose the date and I can choose the expense account, and please note that you can add a new account and give this account a name by yourself. And you can say how you paid it. If you connected your bank account with Zoho Books, you will find the bank account name here. You can also choose them right away. Enter the amount and choose if tax is associated. If yes, then say whether it's inclusive or exclusive. And if you would like to associate a vendor towards this particular expense, you can associate them, and reference number and notes for your internal use. And you can upload your expense right away using this upload option. You can upload from your computer or from the cloud. If you would like to associate a customer, and there might be cases where you spend money on behalf of the customer and you would like to bill him back, you have options for that as well in Zoho Books. Since it's a personal expense for me, I don't have to choose my customer, and I'm going to save it. Now I have recorded the expenses which I incurred for myself. Let me show you how to record an expense where I can bill my customer back for the expenses which I incurred on behalf of him. I can click on this plus new expense, and I'm going to choose the expense account. I'm going to check this box called billable, and I'm going to simply save it. Now I will have options to convert this expense specifically to an invoice, or while creating an invoice, I will have options to associate that expense for that customer. You can also add mileage expense, and we can also add expenses in bulk. And scroll down and save it. You might be wondering, what is the difference between bills and expenses? Let's say you incur an expense and pay for it then and there. Record it as an expense in Zoho Books. An example would be you spend money in the coffee shop and you record an expense right away. On the other hand, if the expense is one that does not require to be paid until later, you need to keep track of the amount you owe until it's paid off. Let's say you buy products and you have time to repay your vendor. In this case, you can record a bill. Now, I'm going to sell the products to my customers. First, I'm going to create an estimate. So I'm going to head to Sales tab. I'm going to Estimates. I can click on this plus new estimate to create a new estimate, and I can choose the customer, or I can click on this plus new customer to add a new customer right away. And again, this estimate number can be auto generated or manually added each time. Enter the reference number, the expiry date if you'd like to set one, and if you have a salesperson you would like to associate that salesperson with this estimate, click on this manage salesperson and add a new salesperson. And I can save and select. Moving forward, I will find that particular salesperson in the drop down. I can choose the product. And if I would like to provide discounts, I can enter the percentage or the rate right here. And if you would like to provide discount at the end of the invoice, you can change the settings under invoice preferences. And if you have shipping charges, you can add them right here. And this adjustment can hold both negative and positive value, for example. And this adjustment can be renamed based on your requirement. Again, the customer notes and terms and conditions can be customized under settings so that you don't have to enter them every time. If you wish to add them or edit them, you still can do that. And the customer's email address is automatically selected. And if you'd like to create a return invoice for this estimate automatically, upon accepting this estimate, you can check the box and enter the percentage. You might be wondering what retainer invoices are. Retainer invoices are the document recorded for advance payments. For an example, if you wish to receive 20% of the amount in advance, then for that 20% of the amount, you have to create a retainer invoice. And finally, once you provided the goods, while submitting the invoice, you can associate the 20% of the payment you initially received via the retainer invoice to this invoice percentage. The payment gateway is automatically selected. You can attach a reference file, and you can also choose the template based on your requirement. Here you have two options. One, save as draft, which will save this estimate in a draft status, or you have save and send, which will take you to this email page where you will find the content which is already filled in, the estimate which is attached in a PDF format. You can also attach additional files. All you have to do is click on send. Your estimate is sent across to your customer directly. In a similar fashion, you can create or you can clone the estimate based on your requirement. And again, you can edit or download it or print it, again, email it to a person, or convert this to an invoice in a click of a button. I sent the email to my client, but how do I know whether my customer accepted the estimate or if there is any changes he might be needing? Since I send an invoice through an email, he will reply back again through an email. I have to go through and I have to modify it, and this email to and fro communication takes a lot of time. To avoid this email to and fro communication and help my customer view the estimate and invoices in a collective fashion, Zoho Books provides a separate space, and that's called as Client Portal. So, let me show you how the Client Portal will look like and how your customers can accept or decline an estimate or make a payment for the invoice online. While creating the customer, I have checked this box, so which in turn will automatically trigger an email to my client. Now I'm going to act as the client, and I'm going to go to my mailbox. I'm going to accept the invitation. Upon accepting, I have to create a password. This password is specific to this portal. So this is the client portal. So since I'm a client, I can go ahead and view the list of estimates which needs to be approved. What is the outstanding invoice amount? What is my address? I can click edit and I can change the address. I can go to estimate tab to view the estimate right here, and I can click on this accept button, which will mark this estimate as accepted directly. I have other options as well, and I don't have any invoices and no payments, and I can generate statements by myself. I can also download them. So this is the simplest and easiest way where your customers can view the list of estimates which you specifically sent to them and keep track of them without missing it. So let's say my client accepts it. And this is where the written invoice comes into play. While creating an estimate, I've specified to create a written invoice with 20% of the amount from the estimate upon accepting the estimate as an advance. So a written invoice is automatically created. My client can click on this Pay Now button directly, and that'll take him to PayPal and he can make a payment. Now, when I go to Invoices, I will find that written invoice. It says outstanding, and my clients can type in comments. For example, my customer added a comment. When I go to Zoho Books, when I go to sales and written invoices, go to that particular written invoices, just over the written invoice, I will find the comment made by my customer. I can click on add comment, and I can check the box called display in client portal and add a comment, so my clients can view that comment directly. Now I'm going to convert that estimate to an invoice in a click of a button. So I can click on this convert to an invoice button directly. That will fill in all the details from this estimate to an invoice. But if you wish to automatically do so, you can go to settings and go to estimate settings. Now you have options. Whether you would like to automatically convert an estimate to an invoice when your clients accepted the estimate. You can say no, yes, save as draft. In this case, the invoice will be created and saved in the draft status. If you say yes, save and send, an invoice will be automatically created for you and it will automatically be sent across to your client. I'm going to say the third one, I'm going to save it. Now I'm going to show you how to convert an estimate to an invoice in a click of a button. That's it, just a click and all the data being pushed from that estimate to this invoice. And I can add additional data if I wish. And if I would like to allow my customers to make partial payments, I can check the box and I can preference files and I can change the template and I can save and send this invoice. When my customer receives the invoice, they can click to view the invoice. They will find the invoice in the PDF format. When they click on it, they will be directed to the client portal and they can view the invoice directly. They can make a payment, comment on that invoice. So this is how easy it is to convert an estimate to an invoice. Now to record an offline payment for that invoice, all you have to do is click on the record payment button, and again you can enter the bank charges if any and check the box if there is any tax deducted, enter the amount withheld and the tax account. And you can choose the payment mode. Again, you can configure them, choose the deposit to account, enter the reference number, notes, and if you have any file to be uploaded, you can also upload them. And if you wish to send an email saying thank you for your payment to your client, you can check the box and you can click on record payment. Now I've received a payment for the invoice. So I sold 50 products out. When I scroll down, I will find the payment information, and this payment receipt will be available for you in the payments received section. And reports, inventory, and FIFO cost lag tracking will tell you bought this product from bill number 12345 and you sold it through invoice number 1. And inventory summary will tell you what is the quantity available. Initially you bought in 110, you sold 50 out, so the quantity available is 60. These reports are available 24/7 anytime you want, and you can export them in PDF, CSV, or an XLS. So Zoho Books helped me to procure the products and record the expenses associated towards it and sell the product out. Hope I have covered all the basic features of Zoho Books in this video, and this slide explains the other striking features. So thank you so much for watching this video, and if you have any questions, please do send us an email to support@zohobooks.com for any further assistance. Thank you so much once again, and have a great day.